OPPO has officially launched the long-awaited Reno7 series, which includes the OPPO Reno7 5G and the OPPO Reno7 4G. This approach of launching similar yet different devices in the mid-range segment sparked curiosity, especially with 5G as the next level in connectivity. Why not just have one? The 5G version, of course. But you can't force 5G on everyone, especially since 5G coverage is not widespread. All in all, this is a welcome approach as these two devices are similar yet different. And we got the opportunity to go through them and give you this breakdown. From Techweez, I'm Martin Githinji with the OPPO Reno7 4G and the OPPO Reno7 5G unboxing and first impressions review. Let's tech it. Well, let's tech them and go. This ideally should not be a comparison review, but when we realize that the difference between these two devices goes beyond the 5G offering and the price points, we chose to put them in the same review for you to decide which of the two works for you and why. Both boxes come with the phones themselves, user guides, warranty, Type-C cable, and the charging bricks, where the OPPO Reno7 4G has a 33-watt charger and the OPPO Reno7 5G comes with a 65-watt charger. The 4G version comes in Cosmic Black and Sunset Orange color variants, while the 5G comes in Starry Black and Star Rails Blue color variants. Both phones come with 6.43 AMOLED displays capped at 90Hz refresh rate that supports HDR. Both screens are bright and colorful, and you will love consuming content on them, from browsing the web, scrolling social media feeds, binging shows on Netflix or Amazon Prime Video or YouTube, and even gaming. That high refresh rate comes through on apps that necessitate lots of scrolling. Other amenities also offered include dark mode, eye comfort, smart side panel, gesture navigation controls, and the OPPO Reno7 5G has the extra Ultra Vision engine that enhances video color. Overall, both phones have excellent screens and you cannot go wrong with either. When it comes to the design, the Reno7 4G gives Reno 6 5G vibes, the sharp and boxy edging and flat sides. The Reno7 5G, on the other hand, has a more rounded look that is reminiscent of the OPPO Reno 5 design. Were it not for the camera placement design that is different, you would think that it was the OPPO Reno 5. On the front, they both have a 32-megapixel selfie camera housed at the top left punch hole. At the top, we have an extra microphone. On the right side, we have the power button. At the bottom, we have the speaker grill, Type-C charging port, microphone, and a headphone jack. Wait, did we just go back in time? I mean, OPPO skipped the headphone jack with the Reno 6 5G last year and provided Type-C earphones with it. Here, we have the jack back, but with no earphones in the box. But in all honesty, I'm actually glad to see the jack back. On the left, we have the nano SIM slots that thankfully bring back the SD card slot for storage expansion as an option. I see OPPO is learning from their target market's needs and implementing things as we go. Both are dual SIM phones with the Reno7 5G supporting, well, 5G. Now, unlike the Reno 6 5G that was released in September 2021 in Kenya and got the 5G capability activated in April of 2022, the Reno7 5G comes with 5G option activated out of the box, which is good. You also get stereo sound thanks to the earpiece. For biometrics, you get an in-display fingerprint reader with face unlock. At the back is where the differences start to emerge. The camera island looks different too. The 4G version sports a 64 megapixels main camera, a 2 megapixels microscope, and a 2 megapixels depth sensor, and is the first phone in Kenya to sport a microscope camera. It also has an LED ring light around the lens. The 5G version also rocks a 64 megapixels main camera, coupled with an 8 megapixels ultra-wide camera and a 2 megapixels macro camera. Both phones are compact, but the 4G version is a tad bit heavier, 2 grams heavier. Both phones rock polycarbonate back covers while the front panel rocks Corning Gorilla Glass 5 protection. For our review units, we have Cosmic Black for the 4G version and Starry Black for the 5G version. The effort that OPPO puts in these back designs that reflect the skies is noticeable and commendable on the design front. Beautiful devices to hold, touch, and feel. The Sunset Orange uses fiberglass leather design to bring that new tactile texture, which is combined with a bright orange color tone to exude that premium feel. The matte finishes across both devices with all color options ensure fingerprint smudges are a thing of the past and give the phone a good overall feel. OPPO says it used laser engraving technology to perform additional precision processing on top of the OPPO Reno7 5G's glow layer. This creates a visual and textural illusion of shooting stars streaming across the device that shine and fade into the black galaxy as the phone is held in the hand. When it comes to the internals, that's where the two phones part ways even further. OPPO Reno7 4G comes with a Snapdragon 680 processor with Adreno 610 GPU, while the 5G version ships with a MediaTek Dimensity 900 with Mali G68 MC4 GPU. Both process at 6 nanometers, which is good for power consumption. Configurations of the Reno7 series start at 6GB RAM with 128GB onboard storage, 8GB with 128GB, and 8GB with 256GB. They both have dynamic RAM expansion, where you can expand your virtual memory by up to 5GB from the UFS 2.2 onboard storage. Both phones are excellent for everyday use. Switching between apps and browsing the web was pretty fluid. Light games like Ninja Arashi and Asphalt 9 ran smoothly. Playing graphic-intense games like PUBG Mobile and Genshin Impact was better with the Reno7 5G when compared to the 4G version, as we realized a slight struggle when you start taxing it to higher spec gaming at high settings. While you can game at maximum graphic settings on the Reno7 5G, for the 4G version, you'll have to cap it at medium graphic settings for smooth gameplay. You also notice stuttering and maps loaded a second or two longer while frame rates dropped on occasions. It is worth noting that both phones come with Game Assistant that lets users enjoy full immersive gaming experiences, blocks and disables all distractions, including notification bars, incoming calls, navigation gestures, alarms, and even on-screen volume prompts. OPPO Reno7 5G held its own in comparison, while also keeping cool. Our Geekbench scores for the OPPO Reno7 4G and the Reno7 5G sit at 383 and 705 for single core, and 1647 and 2181 for multi-core respectively. Their older brother, the OPPO Reno6 5G, sits at 691 for the single core and 2072 for multi-core. On operating systems, strangely and contrary to expectations, the Reno7 5G comes with Android 11 and ColorOS 12 out of the box, while the smaller brother, that is the Reno7 4G, comes with the more updated Android 12 and ColorOS 12.1 out of the box. As at the time of recording this review, an update had not yet been pushed on the Reno7 5G. But keep it techweez.com, as we will keep you updated as at when that happens. With ColorOS 12 and 12.1, you are getting the goodness of Material U design, wallpaper-based theming, updated privacy dashboard, and more. Other features include Emoji, floating windows, quick launch, PC Connect, 3-finger translate powered by Google Lens, Flex Drop, private system, private safe, app lock, app cloner, and phone manager. The quick launch feature lets you quickly launch apps or functions when you long press the fingerprint icon when the phone is locked. Android 12 brings with it new quick tiles, new widgets, improved one-handed mode, notification settings, visual overhaul, and new app pairs for split screen and privacy improvements. With 5G rolling out in some towns, we got to test the OPPO Reno7 5G capabilities. We tested it at Two Rivers Mall, and we were getting download speeds of up to 223 megabytes per second with Safaricom 5G. These are insane speeds. I mean, games downloaded fast, like really fast. Web pages and YouTube videos, fast too. We now need to see a launch of dedicated 5G bundles as we get an increase of 5G test zones across the country. Both phones come with 4500 mAh batteries but charge differently. The 4G version supports 33-watt fast charging, while the 5G version supports 65-watt fast charging. Reno7 4G takes an hour or so from 0 to 100%, while the Reno7 5G, we topped up from empty to full in under 35 minutes. They both last throughout the day, even with the refresh rate set to the highest. I was getting 7 to 8 hours of on-screen time in between heavy and light use. You can push from breakfast to bedtime with little to spare for late-night browsing on the web or checking Instagram before dozing off. But in case you're almost exhausting the battery, the power-saving and super power-saving modes have been availed on the Reno7 series to extend usage. They haven't left out, and I don't think that moving forward they will ever leave out, optimized charging to reduce battery aging as your phone learns your daily charging routine and controls the charging speed at night to avoid overcharging. Finally, we come to how both phones fare in terms of photography. Both phones sport a 32-megapixel selfie camera and a 64-megapixels main camera. Both phones ship with a custom-made Sony IMX709 sensor that also features the next-generation flagship RGBW for the selfie camera for clearer and brighter image capture in low-light conditions. Both phones do an excellent job at capturing photos, but there are some stark differences. OPPO Reno7 5G will shoot better-looking photos and more vibrant photos than the 4G version. It also handles dynamic range very well. It having an 8-megapixels ultra-wide lens gives it an advantage when you want to take photos of buildings or horizons. On the flip side, what the OPPO Reno7 4G lacks in wide, it compensates in close-up, very close-up with the microscope camera for when you want to get, well, microscopic. And it works. As seen here, the LED ring light around the microscope lens turns on and helps you see individual pixels. It is an interesting feature to see come to a mid-range device this soon after it was first introduced only last year in their flagship Find X lineup. Overall, it is a nice to have gimmick to play around with. Even in low light, both Reno7 devices handle dynamic range very well. The photos come out bright, vibrant and accurate too. Night mode also helps with taking shots in low-lit scenarios. Again, this mode works well for both and it's up to you and your preferences. For all photos though, other than microscopic, the 5G version seems to process the images better. In some shots, 4G goes for vibrant and saturated nighttime shots, while 5G keeps it natural looking. For selfies, 5G goes for more accurate looking shots, while 4G goes for a more saturated look. Both took good portraits too, but still struggle with edges depending on your environment. Dynamic range is also handled well. Reno7 5G goes for a flatter look, while Reno7 4G goes for a more vibrant look with portraits. I loved how they both handled low-lit selfies and portraits too. And as OPPO says, the Reno7 series is truly a portrait expert. Other modes you can shoot in with the Reno7 4G include Pano, Extra HD, which is the 64 megapixels mode, time-lapse, slow-mo, and Pro. Video is however capped at 1080p and there is no AI highlight to help shoot low-light videos. The Reno7 5G is more flexible with 4K recording, ultra-steady mode at 1080p for selfie and regular video, and AI highlight video for shooting better low-light videos. The night mode option also lets you pick a tripod mode for an extra 20 seconds to capture low-light photos. Two added features in the camera settings are focus lock for videos where focus will lock on a subject and move with them, and portrait distortion correction where it removes edge distortion when taking portraits of people. Overall, you have more to play around with the OPPO Reno7 5G, and I loved that flexibility. Though it's interesting that the lower spec OPPO Reno7 4G managed to go toe-to-toe with its bigger sibling and even winning in some instances. But when everything is tallied, the OPPO Reno7 5G comes out on top. We shall soon share an in-depth comparison of just the cameras with all its features. taking both the OPPO Reno7 5G and OPPO Reno7 4G through their paces in our upcoming reviews, and probably even pitting them against competing brands to see how they will fare. So be sure to check out Techweez.com. OPPO Reno7 5G and OPPO Reno7 4G versions will be sold at OPPO's and Safaricom's retail stores countrywide and e-commerce platforms like Jumia, Kilimall, and Skygarden, plus other authorized retailers countrywide. Pre-orders are up until 5th of May, where the devices will go on sale with the pricing starting at $42,999 for 4G and $59,999 for 5G. Make sure to like, comment on this video with any questions or suggestions, and be sure to share this video as well. We are Techweez, your home of tech. Till the next one, we done tech it. Now you go.